My informative speech topic is snowboarding. Snowboarding is tons of fun. I grew up doing it since I was probably 5 years old. My parents actually taught me. I never did lessons or anything like that. Um, Snowboarding has lots of pluses and minuses, like everything else does. Um, it's a great alternative way to work out, and you get to see incredible views. But there's also things like how much money it costs, and you always can get hurt. So you just have to be careful and have fun. Um, Workout wise, you could always take the ski lift, or you could hike up to a spot that you've never been and make your own trails. Taking the ski lift, however, you still do use a lot of cardio. Works out your legs a lot because you have to get down the mountain somehow, and you're always switching from toe edge to heel edge, which gets pretty tiring. Your legs are usually burning by the end of it. Um, you could also hike backcountry, like I said. You can pick any hill or hike from the top of the mountain that you just got off the lift at. Make your own path down the trail. So there's a lot of options. Some, I guess, are more of a workout than others. You'll always be sore, that's for sure. It is kind of dangerous, though. You definitely want to make sure you know what you're doing. Don't just go out there and go crazy. You could hurt yourself or somebody else. There's always hazards like ice, and I think that everybody should always wear a helmet. If you hit your head, maybe you're going through the trees and hit your head. I don't know. There's a lot of bad things that could happen. The outdoors, well, most people live in the city. Like in a place like Tulsa, I'm sure not that many people have been snowboarding. So I think it's a great way to get out and explore places that maybe you haven't been. I think personally, everything with snow on it looks a lot more beautiful. It brightens everything up. There's nothing like being outside on a nice snowy day when the sun's out, enjoying the fresh air. That doesn't always happen. Um, Gets you out of the city, and you just get to enjoy so many of the different aspects of nature. However, money-wise, I would say it's pretty expensive, and there's a lot of little things that people don't really think about. For example, if you don't know anybody that wants to teach you how to snowboard, you have to pay for lessons, which would not be cheap. And every year, you're either going to have to pay for a ticket every time you go, or you're going to have to buy a season pass, which costs hundreds of dollars. And depending on how many days a week you want to go, it costs more. And if you want to be able to go to more than one resort in your area, it's also going to cost more. Um, every year, you have to make sure you have all the warm clothing, make sure you haven't outgrown it. And you also have to think about whether you're going to rent or buy a snowboard. And along with clothing, as you get taller, you're going to have to get a new snowboard because you don't want to be riding a 5-year-old snowboard. Just, I guess, make sure that you can afford the sport because you also have to, you have to pay to get there as well. Snowboarding overall is an incredible sport, and it is an experience that I think everybody should try at least once in their life. Everything has pluses and minuses. I just think snowboarding's something that not everybody gets to experience. Even though it's expensive, it's well worth it. Once you're on top of the mountain, taking in that view, it's a lot better than driving around Tulsa and looking at buildings, I think. Always breathing in the fresh air when you're up there, and there's so much more to see than just being trapped around here. I think everybody needs to get out and get outside their comfort zone, maybe take a little trip. I don't know. Snowboarding's pretty fun, and I think everybody should try it.